Hope you guys are feeling amazing, alive, well, and full of energy. Today is my birthday. Super pumped about that. I'm super excited. Another year in the bucket, which I think is always a blessing. So this morning, I wanted to talk about, I don't really know. There's a bunch of things I wanted to talk about. I always love New Year's. I love it because it's my birthday. I love it because I think it's an arbitrary restart date for many people. I think it's a way for people to reset, refresh, and get out on a new path that might work better for them than the year before. And this year, I went to bed at 10 o'clock last night, which is a first. I don't think I can remember missing a ball drop, even when I was out of the country with my family for my brother's wedding and I was super sick. I still don't think I missed a New Year's ball drop. So that was kind of a trip to fall asleep and just listen to my body, right? Listen to my mind. Like, didn't want to go out. I wanted to do a midnight meditation, but I didn't. I was exhausted. I heard the neighbors going off with fireworks last night at midnight, and I woke up and I'm like, is there gunfire going on? What's going on? And I was like, oh, it's midnight and good night. Went right back to bed, stuck a pillow over my head because I couldn't find my earplugs. And I woke up this morning. I felt refreshed. I let myself sleep in. And so this morning I wanted to share the message about 2021, right? A lot of people felt that 2020 was a really bad year. And, 2020 is exactly what you make of it. If you felt like it was a good year, it was a great year. If you felt like it was a bad year, it's going to be a bad year. But let's put 2020 behind us. Let's put 2020 behind us. And let's talk about 2021. Is 2021 going to be easy? Probably not. It's probably not going to be easy. There's probably going to still be a lot of, nothing has changed from last night to today, other than the day that we put on the back of our, if we write a check, that's the only thing that changed, right? From 2020 to 2021. The only thing that changed is if you write a check, it's going to say 2021. We still have things that we need to work on. We still have things that we can improve on. We still have a world that's in disarray. We still have all these different things, but the one thing that's different, I'll give you the one thing. I love my You Rock mug. Just in case you didn't know, You Rock. The one thing that's different is that for a lot of people, this arbitrary end date of 2020 and the starting of 2021 makes you feel like there was a reset and a refresh. And I want you to capitalize on that momentum. I want you to capitalize on that momentum. I want you to capitalize on that momentum and capitalize on that momentum and capitalize on that momentum. Look, you got through 2020. I thought it was an awesome year. I have quite a few accomplishments that I was able to get done in 2020. I've had failures. I mean, if you don't go through life with a failure or two, Amy, you rock over there on Instagram as well. Yeah, baby. Yeah, you do. If you don't go through failures in life, and if you don't have hardships in life, then you're not really living life to its extreme, right? You're not really living life to its extreme. If you don't have hardships, if you don't have sacrifices you make, if you don't have things that beat you up, if you don't have things that you grew from, then you didn't play big enough, right? So I'll share one of my biggest fears with you guys, right? I'll share one of my biggest fears with you guys. One of my biggest fears is waking up alone every day for the rest of my life. And last night, I did not want to wake up alone. Like, I wanted to be around people, right? I didn't necessarily need somebody in my bed, but I didn't think that I'd be going into 2021 alone. I thought I'd have a significant other. I thought I'd be dating somebody more seriously. I thought that I would be, in love with somebody or on my way to being in love with somebody. And I woke up this morning and yesterday I treated myself to a massage, and then I came home and my eyes were shutting. It was like 9 o'clock. My buddy sent me a brand new journal and it had a quote that I had made on it. And then as I was pulling out the pen had my name engraved on it. And I felt so much love. And I realized I wasn't going to wake up alone. I wasn't going to wake up alone. I had all of these friends and family that love and care about me. I'm like, oh my God, Vikram, this is such a realization. And as I was sitting in there and I was journaling and I was manifesting and I was writing what I want in my life to move forward in, something just felt different for me. Because I feel stronger mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, financially than I did all of 2020. And I feel like people have spent so much time bashing what happened in 2020 instead of just realizing, look, there are businesses out there that were booming one year, and then the government made a new regulation and they went out of business. There are businesses that were struggling before 2020, and the government made a new regulation or opened up something, or the world opened up something, and boom, they're booming in the next year. The shutdowns, as crazy as they are just one of those moments that we get through. And 2021 is an opportunity for you to just say, hey, you know what? I'm going to change my mindset. I'm going to thank the last year. I'm going to thank all the years previously for making me strong and who I was, so that I could wake up today early, right? You guys are on, it's before 8 o'clock. If you're on the West Coast, it's before 8 o'clock. If you're on the East Coast, then you got up when you got up. But I'm going to make a commitment to myself this year that I'm going to make this year different. I'm not going to make all these wild allegations about what's going to become. I'm going to make this year different for myself. I'm going to do things differently. I'm going to commit not to going to the gym every day, because you're not going to do that. I promise. If you don't go to the gym every day right now, you're not going to start going to the gym every day. So don't even say that. Say, I'm going to do things differently. I'm going to eat a little bit healthier. And I'm going to just make micro changes throughout the next 45 to 60 days so I can build the habit. So I can build the habit of who I want to become. So I can build the habit of who I want to be. If you're not super organized, right? I haven't been super organized with my finances ever, right? Ever. I've always made plenty of money. Last couple of years were a little bit different, but I had money saved away, so it was all right. And this, about 2.5 weeks ago, I said, you know what? I have a business that I'm going to be handing off to a partner to run, or I need to sell. Probably going to hand it off to a partner to run, but I can't give it to them in disarray. So I had to get my finances in order. And in getting my finances in order, it gets a lot of other things in order, right? Most owners and most families don't have a personal home budget. They don't have a work budget. So you can't expect to get everything done like that and still run your life. You got to make the micro adjustments. And so take today, right? The coolest thing about the new year falling for me on a Friday is that yesterday was off, today is off, and then you got the weekend off. So you get 3 days to be productive, right? You get 3 days to be productive this year. You got Christmas Eve off, Christmas off, and the weekend. So you got 8 days in the month of December to do something differently. What did you do? Because if you didn't do something differently in the month of December with those 8 days, you're not going to wake up today and do something different. It just doesn't work like that. Your body has to create the habits. Your mind has to create the habits, right? So if you want to change your life, you got to make the habits so that you can change your life and you can make 2021 better. If you don't like prospecting and making the phone calls to your sales potential clients, then you got to get on there and make them today. Do it now. Go for a walk right now. Get your desk organized right now. Create the video that you've been putting off right now. Just do one micro thing right now. And don't put it off till tomorrow, because guess what everybody used to say? I'm going to do it in 2021. I'm going to do it in 2021. Oh, I'm going to do it next week. Oh, I'm going to do it next week. Oh, and then you get to February and you haven't done anything different. right? Don't make these big allegations, right? These huge, monstrous, I'm going to go do this, I'm going to do that in 2021. Don't make these things that you're going to purposely set yourself up for failure, right? We all know New Year's resolutions are really just New Year's lies. Right? I'm committing to a gallon of water a day. This is 32 ounces. It's got a little hole in the top, right? So I can chug this whole thing almost in one sitting. You got to get healthy, right? We got to focus on our health. We got to focus. There's 5 pillars that I think are really crucial. And I learned this from my coach. There's 5 pillars that I think are crucial in life that we need to focus on. Fitness, right? When I talk about fitness, I talk about all things, not going to the gym and pumping out 500 pounds, right? Not hiring the personal trainer that's arms are bigger than anything. I'm talking about fitness around the sense of you got to take supplements. You got to look at your diet, right? You got to look at what the media tells you that you're supposed to be eating. You got to look at the sugar content of everything in your food. You got to start thinking holistically about your health. The first pillar is fitness. Without your health, you got nothing else. All right. I know very wealthy people that live right up the street that have a shit ton of money, but they couldn't buy their way out of death. Okay. When death comes knocking, you can't buy your way out of it. First pillar, fitness. Second pillar, now it doesn't really matter. Probably family, right? Family, that includes your friends, your mentors, the family that you came into this world with, the family that you get to create. Fitness and family, right? Those relationships, those people in your life that when they do something for you, you feel great about and you'll do anything for, right? Family, right? Sometimes you're born into the family. Sometimes it comes through friends and neighbors and business partners and things you don't know about. So fitness, family, faith. You got to have faith. Ooh, you got to have faith, right? Is that George Michael's? If I'm right on that, I would be so impressed. I don't even know who any of these singers are, but that's an amazing song. You got to have faith, right? If you don't have faith in life, you ain't got nothing. And whether you believe in Christianity or you're Jewish or you're a Sikh or you're a Hindu or you're Muslim, whatever your faith is, you got to have it. Or if you're like spiritual, right? Whatever it is. Oh, I got it. Maybe I'm impressed with myself on my birthday. George Michael's, you got to have faith. You know, you got to have faith. You got to have something you believe in that's bigger than yourself, whether it's source energy and that you're connected to universal source. Remember, you came into this world as a little stardust speck, and you're going to leave this world as a stardust speck. You got to have faith. Oops, that's 4. You got to have faith, right? That you were put here for a reason that's bigger than you. You were put here for a reason that's bigger than you. So fitness, family, faith, finances, right? Look, money doesn't buy you happiness, but I'll tell you what it does buy. It buys you peace of mind. It buys you the ability to go out and help other people. It buys you the ability to keep your friends and family safe. It buys you the ability to help others that need your help. It buys you the ability to put your family in a safe place. It buys you the ability to take advantage of opportunities. It is a very necessary tool. So the love of money is bad. And I've been there before, and there's many of us that get caught up in that. Some of us never get out of it. The love of money is a problem. If you love money and you just want to collect it and you're Scrooging it with it and you're not giving back to the world because you see money as the only barometer of true success, that's a problem in my opinion. Maybe not to you, but in my opinion. I've seen a lot of really wealthy people that are very unhappy, and they think that money is going to make them happy. I'm telling you, in 2021, money is a tool. The love of money is the problem, but money itself is an amazing thing, right? Money itself allows you to do amazing things and go to amazing places and help amazing people that need your help. It allows you to start businesses in your community that can advance the health of your community. It allows you to start businesses that help people and services that your community might need and not might have the resources to. And if you have money, you can go out and bring these businesses in, and they oftentimes can run at a loss for 12 to 18, 24 months because you're able to do that for your community. That's an amazing thing, right? Nobody cares about you until you've become somewhat successful, unfortunately, right? So you got to have somewhat success in life, right? You got to do something in life, and you got to have money, right? You got to have money. You just have to have some money, right? You don't want to be living in your parents' basement your rest of your life. And I'll tell you, your parents don't want you in there either. I mean, I can't imagine my kids, I don't have any that I know of yet. But I can't imagine them living in my house forever. Like, I want to teach my children to go fly, right? When eagles are babies, they're getting ready to flap their wings, and the eagles are born large, right? They're big birds. They start flapping, and they're at the tall top of these huge trees. They fall, pop, 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 pop. And the mama bird just watches them, right? They're just popping down, hitting their head, cracking their bodies on these branches until they finally figure out how to flap, right? The wings are the tools of the eagles, just like money is a tool of a human. And the fifth thing is fulfillment. You got to have work that fulfills you in life, right? You got to do things that fulfill you and raise your energy up, right? You got to know what raises your energy up. You got to be fulfilled in what you're doing. You might not be doing the work that fulfills you today, and that's okay. I get it, right? You got to find something, though, that fulfills you in life. You got to find something that amps you up in life. You got to find something that you want to get up for in life, that you get excited about in life. If you don't get excited in life about what you're doing, that's why people sleep in. That's why people hit the snooze button. That's why people, that's why people don't want to get out of their warm bed to get out on a cold day, right? You got to push yourself every day. Fulfillment comes. Yesterday, I hit a milestone, right? I'm starting to learn how to not really, to talk about things that happen in a different way. But yesterday, my buddy and I hit a milestone on our bikes, and I wanted to cross we had a mileage goal that we had set arbitrarily a few months ago. And then we got different bikes, and we started doing shorter rides, but more difficult technical rides. And so then our goal kind of shifted a little bit because we weren't doing these, long 30, 40 mile Saturday rides. We were doing like 16 or 20 miles of really hard up and down off-road type of stuff. And so I kind of put that goal on my back burner because I was like, we changed our thing, and it was just an arbitrary goal that we had both set a few months ago. And then we changed what we were doing, and we didn't really come back and readdress the goal. And then about a week and a half ago, my buddy goes, "Yo, dude, we're right there." He's like, "We are neck and neck somehow. I don't know how, but we were like 2 miles apart." And I was going out of town, and he was staying in town. So he got a couple more miles on me. And I was like, "Oh, dude, we got to get that, right? We got to do that." So he had easy times, and I had to go out and do the hard work because I didn't have those days with him. And so up in the morning at 4 or 5 o'clock, out on the bike. It's winter time, people. And people say Bakersfield doesn't get cold, but it was 32 degrees outside on some days, 35 degrees. Yesterday, we rode in the rain. My buddy, one of my other buddies, met me at 4:45. No, 4:45. Yeah. No, 5:45 we met. We got out, and it was pouring rain on us till about 7:45. And then it was wet the whole time. We were wet, we were cold, and we suffered. But that suffering is what made it's so fulfilling when you end and you hit your goal and you're suffering. It's one thing to hit your goal when it's easy, right? Like in 2019, if you hit your goals and it was super easy, that's cool. I'm not discounting that it was a lot of work. But if you hit your goals in 2020 when it was hard, or if you grew something in 2020 when it was harder, how much more fulfilling is that than the easy work, right? How much more fulfilling is the hard work than the easy work? So sure, we could have gone out yesterday in middle of the day when it became sunny and it was nice and warm and it was easy, but we always ride in the morning. That's our thing. We ride 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. Now we've gone out later and my schedule's changed a little bit. I'm doing more deep work in the mornings to build businesses and build what I love doing. And then I'm exercising later on in the mornings and the afternoons. Thank you, Amy. But the point is that we went out and did the hard work yesterday. And let me tell you, when we had our breakfast together, when we ate breakfast together, it was so much more rewarding than if it was an easy ride. Like, it was so much more rewarding to know that we got up and we suffered in the cold, we suffered in the rain, our fingers were frozen, our toes were wet. It was more fulfilling. So remember, the goals that you hit in 2020 are more fulfilling than the ones you did when the years were easy, right? Think about that. Think about that. Look back in your life. Take a second right now to look back in your life and think about the hardships that you've gone through, right? Think about the hardships you've gone through. I'll tell you one of the hardships I went through. 2011, right? It's when I was going through my divorce. 2011, I was going through my divorce. And we just finished remodel. We just bought this house. We'd put every penny that I had earned into this house. I mean, I'm telling you, I wanted this house to be the best house for me and my wife. Really, I wanted her to have the best kitchen. I like to cook. She was starting to get into cooking, so I wanted her to have the best kitchen, huge open concept, right? Hardwood floors. Like she wanted this really expensive tile for the bathrooms and this backsplash that we couldn't really afford, but I wanted her to have it, right? I wanted to make her happy. And then things were bad for the whole time we were together, but they started to go really bad. And I said, you know what? I can't do this anymore. But I didn't have any money. I wasn't working full time. I was the general contractor of the house. And then we were going to finish the house and refinance it, take the money out, and then go back and do some other things. But that didn't happen. And I left the house. I shit you not. I left the house with a garbage bag. I left the house with a garbage bag. I threw what I could put in there. I didn't have a suitcase at the time. There were her suitcases. And I left the house with a garbage bag with some clothes. And I moved into a client's house that was doing a short sale. And he had left the house fully furnished for the buyers. The blessing is that short sales take a really long time to close. So I had a place to live for like 60 days. The challenge is there was no washer and dryer. He also didn't leave a lot of pots and pans because he needed those things, but he left the furniture. So I had a bed. I bought some sheets, right? He had a barbecue. When I lived in India and I went to boarding school, we learned how to hand wash our clothes. So the underwear and things, I'd hand wash them when I was in the shower. I shit you not, guys. Shit you not. This is no joke. Hand wash my underwear, hung them dry. No joke. Started to sell real estate. When that house closed, it was like 15, 20 grand check. Then another house closed. Then another house closed. But I didn't know how long the good was going to go. So I took my garbage bag. I had some pots and pans now. So I took my garbage bag and some pots and pans I bought from Ross. And I went to another guy's house that I'd met one time before, maybe twice before. Got his phone number. I was like, hey, dude, you said you had an extra room. He's like, I do. I'm like, you got a bed in there? He's like, I do. I'm like, can I come sleep in there for a couple weeks? And I moved into this guy's house so I lived for 3.5 months for free. And in that 3.5 months, I was able to pull myself together, get my business up and running, make enough money then to move into the best place in town. And here's the crazy shit. Not only did I move into the best place in town, I moved into the best place in town with no furniture. So I went out and I bought an air mattress. And I lived in a studio apartment in the best building in town on an air mattress for a year with one rented love seat and a TV that was just slightly bigger than my monitors that I'm using right now. And I'll tell you, I feel better about that than when I was making a ton of money and I moved from that studio apartment to like a really nice 1-bedroom. That's fulfillment, right? I loved the work that I was doing. It was awesome. We were helping people, right? We were service. We were giving people the highest of service. We were helping them get homes in a marketplace where people were getting multiple offers and getting the shit kicked out of them. We were able to help them do things that they couldn't get done with their typical agent. It felt really fulfilling, right? To know that we went above and beyond for our clients. It was very fulfilling work. The 5 pillars in life that I've been living my life by for a while now: fitness, family, relationships, faith, whatever yours is, finances, you got to have money, fulfillment. If your work doesn't bring fulfillment, don't do it. Like, this brings me fulfillment. This brings me fulfillment. It's not bringing me a lot of finances yet, although I've picked up a few coaching clients from here. This brings me fulfillment. These 15 or 20-minute videos that I do a couple times a week bring me fulfillment. It fills my fuel to do the other work on the other side. It fills my love tanks. It fills my fulfillment tanks. It fills my heart when people send a message saying, hey, thank you for the raw message. Thank you for the podcast, right? I have a podcast, if you guys didn't know about. It's called Be Real, B-Real on Spotify. And that's where I interview my entrepreneur friends, or just really cool people that have had a story that they're willing to share in a real, authentic, raw voice. That podcast is going to get a little bit more gangster over the next year. There's going to be a little bit more stuff in there that I see that I'm going to talk about that, but that's my channel to just kind of go off and be Vikram, crazy Vikram. But we interview some really amazing people there. 2020, y'all, was your strengthening year. Thank you, Amy. I'm blessed to start it with you too. All right. 2020 was your strengthening year. 2020 was the year that you got to get stronger so that you could come into 2021 as a beast, right? That's what 2020 was. It was conditioning. It was practice. It wasn't bad. It was hard. And we have become so immune to hard work, right? We just want it easy, easy, easy. Well, sometimes you got to get down and dirty and do hard shit. And 2020 was hard shit. I ain't gonna lie, it was hard for everybody, right? Even the people that were doing it awesome had a tough time in 2020. Even the people that were making money had a tough time in 2020 because they couldn't see their family, or their family didn't want to travel, or this or that, or, shutdowns, or the government, or wear a mask, don't wear a mask, do here, go here, don't go here. This is open, this is closed. It was different. It was hard for everybody. I promise you, the one thing I know is that even the people who did very well in 2020 financially still struggled in other regards, emotionally and spiritually. Some families were ripped apart because of things, right? A lot of views came out that people had that we didn't really need to talk about in the past. Doesn't mean that just because you're different than me and I'm different than you is that I don't get along, or I can't love you. And maybe that's what 2020 is that, hey, people can be different and still be in love with each other. People can be different and still be friends. People can get in arguments and still go to the bar and have a coffee. No more drinking. No more drinking. Remember that. So think about that, right? Think about that. Just because we have a difference of opinion doesn't mean that we are different as people. So as I get ready to go to do my birthday yoga class, and then I get to go get my shit knocked out of me by my trainer in about 20 or a couple hours, kind of not looking forward, but looking forward to it. I leave you with this. Right, I put in the title, May 2021 ring in all the joy and love you dreamed of in 2020, and prosperity and health. I'll leave you with this. 2020 was your year to be conditioned. 2020 was your year to be conditioned. 2020 was you putting in the reps at the gym. 2020 was you getting on the treadmill and doing the miles. 2020 was conditioning so that 2021 could be better. Because now you know what to expect, right? You know, it gives me chills. Oh, I got goosebumps right now. This is about to get good. I already know. Got goosebumps. Whenever I get goosebumps, something good's coming. Think about this. The first time you got on a bicycle or the first time you tried something new, right? First time you made a prospecting cold call, first time you did a sales call, the first time you did the presentation, whatever it was, the first time or second time, it was really, really scary and hard. Like for me, the first time I walked into my gym that I go to now, it was super tough. It's scary, right? Because I don't like going into gyms because I never felt like the gym guy. I like to, do things outdoors. But then after I went in a couple of times, I felt more comfortable. And then I went in a couple of weeks. I was like, okay, I belong here. Then you go in for a month or two and you see the same people that are always there at the same time you go. You start to wave and smile. Hey, how's it going? Hey, I need some help with this. Hey, I need some help with that. You become comfortable, right? But the first few times are really tough. But then afterwards, you know what to expect. So you're cool with it. 2020, right? 2020 was the conditioning. So now you know what to expect in 2021. We know we're going to have shutdowns again. It's kind of written on the walls. I mean, it's kind of inevitable. I mean, there's no reason why if we had shutdowns in 2020, we wouldn't have them going forward in 2021. It's kind of like on the wall. We know we're going to have some challenges financially. We know we're going to have some weird things happen. We know it. It's just there. It's just going to happen, right? We know that there's going to be some weird rules that people want you to follow. Who knows what they're going to be, but there's going to be another set of weird rules that come out that people are going to want us to follow. We know we need to work on our health. We know we need to work on our finances. We know that the relationships matter more now than ever, right? My little brother made a video, and I didn't know that he was putting this video together. And this morning he sent it last night, but this morning I opened it up. Tears. I was literally in tears when I was watching it. Relationships matter more than ever. And some of the people on the video are family that we've had some words with over the year, but that doesn't mean we can't love each other and accept the differences of each other. We all make our own decisions in life. We're all responsible for our own decisions. We're all responsible for our outcomes. 2020 was the year of conditioning. 2021, if you conditioned yourself properly, 2021, home run year. So do me a favor right now. If you guys want to play a really cool game, write yourself a letter 90 days in the future. Okay, write yourself a letter 90 days in the future. Post date it 90 days in the future. So it'd be January, February, March. It'd be April 1st. Write a letter to yourself about all the things you've accomplished in the next 90 days. You can start off of your letter with Dear Vikram, or Dear John, or Dear Amy, or Dear Preeti, or Dear Suki, or Dear Susan, or Dear Paul. I'm so proud of you for ... I'm so proud of you for ... And start bringing in all the joy, the love, the prosperity, and the health, right? Start bringing in the relationships that you want. Start calling those in. Take your letter, okay? Take your letter, make photocopies of it. Put one of them in your wallet. Put one of them in your car. Put one of them on your desk and just read it. Dear Vikram, I am so proud of you. Literally, I am so proud of you. Read it every day, a couple times a week, once a week. Carry it in your wallet, your purse. Put it in your, in your backpack that you take your laptop to the office in. Pull it out and read it. Call in the success that you want. Call in the relationships you want. Call in the love that you want. Call in the prosperity that you want. Call in the health that you want. Call in everything that you dreamed of. right? 2020 is just another fucking year. Sure, it's a more defining year. Sure, it was a hard year. It's not the end of the world. We're still here. The one thing about the human race is that we are resilient and we will fight through everything, no matter what. Look, if you're having some hard times right now, I get it. Me too. Hit me up. Like if you're having a little bit of depression around the holidays, if you're having a little bit of loneliness, I get it. Right? Yesterday was a hard night. Not going to lie. It was hard. It took me some time. I had to rebalance and reground, right? It wasn't easy. And then I realized that I was stronger than what I thought, right? The feeble mind wants to keep you weak. But the warrior in me knew that, dude, you got this. You've been through worse. You'll get through this. You're never alone. Even though it feels like you're alone, you're not alone. It takes work. It's hard. It hurts. It fucking sucks. But you're not alone. You're worthy. All right? Whatever your limiting beliefs are, those are just beliefs that we can change. If you can believe a negative thing, you can believe a positive thing. We can work on that. We can reprogram that out. Takes time, takes energy, it hurts, but you can get through it. I hate when people tell me just to get over it. No, you don't get over things, you get through them, right? You work at them, you fucking pump it up, right? You put in the work, you put in the repetitions. And guess what? 2020 was conditioning, 2021 is the race. And we're not doing a sprint. We're going to do a nice fucking marathon pace for the whole year. Okay? We're going to do a nice marathon pace the whole year. We're going to work. We're going to sweat. We're going to suffer. But we're going to continue doing it all year long. We're not going to give up. We're not going to stop. We're going to get water. We're going to cramp up. We might need to, take a piss break. Right? That's okay. We're not going to stop. We're not going to give up. We're not going to slow down. We're going to keep our pace all year long. We're not going to start really strong and then burn out 30 days later. That's what happens. People that aren't conditioned properly, they start out strong and then they fizzle out because they realize how much work it is. You're not going to have the entrepreneur's valley of death. You're going to keep going all year long. And 2021 is going to be the best year of your life. And I love looking at the time. It's 8:18. I love that number for some reason. There's something about 8:18, which I always see. And then 112021. And my favorite number is 1. Can't imagine why. So my birthday, 1-1, right? My favorite number is 1. I am number 1. You are number 1. We are number 1. Everybody can be number 1. Just because I'm number 1 doesn't mean you have to be number 2 in my world. So let's all remember that this is going to be the best year of our life. 2020 was a conditioning year for the race that 2021 is going to be. We're not going to do sprints, right? Maybe there'll be time of sprints in there, right? Maybe there'll be some times of sprints in there. It's chai and means good luck. Oh, there we go. 8:18. That means good luck. And 8 in the 8 in Chinese is a auspicious number, and 8:18. Great. That's why I like 8:18. It's good luck all around. I love it. Thanks. Thank you, Amy. Amy just posted on Instagram that in Hebrew, 18 means good luck, and in Chinese, 8 is good luck. So 8:18 is all double good luck. There we go. So this year, let's all push ourselves hard, but don't burn out. Don't stop. Don't let off the gas. Don't give up. When it gets hard, it's going to get hard. Look, the one thing I can tell you about from right now is that no matter what happens in this year, there are going to be moments that it's going to be fucking hard. That's it. Expect it to be harder than what it's going to be. Expect it to be harder than 2020. Expect 2021. A lot of people are going into 2020 thinking it's going to be really easy and roses and everything's going to change. And because it's 2021 and whatever, the elections are over, Corona is going to disappear and blah, blah, blah. Look, 2021 is going to be just as hard, if not harder than 2020, if you go with that mindset. I'll tell you, 2021 is going to be the fucking hard year too. Just depends on how your outlook is. All right, y'all. I talked for like 45 minutes, which I always do. I hope you have an amazing, beautiful, loving, blessed New Year's. Thank you for starting it off with me, or wherever you're at in the world. Thank you for letting me be a part of it for a few minutes this morning or afternoon or whenever you watch this. If you get to this part of the video, I love you more. If you got through half of the video, I love you more. If you got through the first 1 minute of it, I love you more. Tag a friend that might need to hear this. Like it, leave some comments. Happy New Year's, happy birthdays. Have an amazing new year. This is your year. This is your time. And remember, as Tony Robbins always says, winter is my time. And let's go out and get it. Talk to you later. Bye.